All right, hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you how to actually use Chat GPT to make a treatment plan, to write a treatment plan the right way. All right, a lot of people make it sound super easy, like you can just copy and paste the treatment plan into Chat GPT or have, like give it a couple of sentences and it pops out this perfect treatment plan. That is not the way this works. So I am going to share with you, if you're interested, how to use ChatGPT to complete documentation the right way, properly, so that it actually works. All right. But before we do, just a couple things to preface with. Number one, there's jackhammering going on right out my window. I apologize. I hope it's not coming through. It doesn't look like it is. But if you hear it, please forgive me. Number two, I'm a little bit sick, so I got a little bit of a sore throat. So if you hear that nasally congestion kind of thing, I hope that doesn't distract you too much. I'm sorry about that. But before we actually hop into the tutorial, right? So we got ChatGPT here on the screen. I've also got my treatment plan template that we're going to go through. I want to give a couple of pieces of information about AI that people don't often share. All right. And the biggest one is this. AI, as it stands today, if you're a therapist in private practice, there is not a tool out there that is going to be like perfect out of the box. What do I mean by that? It's sold, AI is typically sold and marketed as a tool that is super simple and easy and just does stuff for you. But what I found is that most of the tools are not like that. They actually require a few things. One, they usually require you to learn how to use them well. So it's just like any other tool, right? I don't know. If you've ever shoveled a driveway during a snowstorm or something, right? You might have a shovel. You have to work pretty hard to make that shovel work for you. But you might upgrade to a snowblower. You still have to know how to use the snowblower for it to work well, or else it's just a big hunk of metal, right? So AI is just like that. We have to learn how to use AI well. That usually requires time and investment in learning the tool. And then in addition to that, sometimes the tool needs to be tweaked and it's not perfect. So I think a lot of times people's expectation is that AI is going to be perfect right out of the box. And when it's not, they give up. That's kind of how it was for me. But I have come to know that with a bit of finagling, a bit of learning, AI has the potential to really, really help out. And that's what I want to teach you today. Now, the other thing is, if you're using an EHR like Simple Practice, or you already have a system down pat for taking notes and writing treatment plans, it's likely that your system is quicker, manual, like whatever your system is, might be quicker than the use of AI. And that's just for you to kind of find out, right? If you play with the AI a little bit and you realize it's not saving you time, then you don't have to use it. Right? A lot of us have developed systems that just work well. Right? I know for myself, all of my templates have been imported into Simple Practice, and I had it down to a point where I could write an individual note in like less than 5 minutes, and I can do a treatment plan pretty quick as well. So the AI is gonna have to be much quicker and much better for me to choose to use that. I'm at a place where it's like right there, right? Sometimes it's faster for me just to do it with my own methods, and other times I find that AI can be helpful. Either way, I think AI is still worthwhile learning, even if you decide not to use it. And that's because I think it's going to be just a part of everyday practice at some point. And then the final thing I have to say is that ChatGPT is not a place where you put PHI. Please do not put any client's information into ChatGPT. Do not record anything with ChatGPT. It is not HIPAA compliant. It is not secure. All right, so you cannot use it with any PHI at all. There are some platforms that are HIPAA compliant and things like that. ChatGPT is not one of them. All right. If you need a refresher on security and privacy and HIPAA, definitely take some time to read about that or consult a healthcare attorney. All right. But let's just jump right in. Let me actually show you how to use ChatGPT to write a treatment plan and how you could actually get it to work for you. All right. So I have ChatGPT pulled up right here. This is the free version, by the way. So if you have it, this is what it looks like. It's totally free. You just sign up. All right. Now, what I have here is just a Word document. All right. Now, most of us have templates for our documentation, right? Whether that be for a progress note, a treatment plan, an intake. And this is just my bare bones template for my treatment plan. Okay. I have a version of this in Simple Practice. Like I said, you're able to pre-populate. I can do it pretty quick. But for the demonstration of ChatGPT, we're going to use this because this might be the most complex template. All right. Now my template is written by a healthcare attorney in the state of New York. So I did not make this myself. It's again written by an attorney. All right. Now that being said, I just copied it into Word. That's all this is. All right. It's the template in Word. And so what you'll see here, it has several sections. The things in bold are headings. All right. Now I'm not here to go through the template with you, but just to give you a couple of just to make you a little more familiar with it. So up above, you just kind of have this standard, like, is it an initial or updated? Who's the clinician? Some other information about diagnosis and things like that. And then down below, like most treatment plans, they're going to consist of goals and objectives. So we have the format is like a large goal, which you're going to see like this long-term goal. For each goal, we have the status. So is it new? Is it resolved? The target date, the intervention, meaning is it individual therapy, group therapy, the provider, the frequency, and then the response, which is, how the client's responding to it. And then underneath the goal, we also have the objective. It has the same exact headings under that as well. Frequency, response, all that kind of stuff. And now you can make this 2, 3, 4 goals, however many you want, right? But for the sake of this template, we have all the important information up above, and then we have the goal and the objective. All right. Now our goal here, that's why I stumbled. Our goal for this video is to see if we can have Chat GPT write a treatment plan that works, that looks good. That's good. All right. So the first thing that we have to do actually, and this is where people don't understand how to use Chat GPT that well. Chat GPT it takes a couple of tries to get ChatGPT to do what you want. And so the challenge with ChatGPT, what you're really learning to do is how do you prompt it? So you're trying to figure out what is the right prompt to tell ChatGPT to get it to do what you want. Because if you'll actually see, if you Google this kind of stuff, people figure out prompts for ChatGPT and they save them because the prompt is the key to it. All right, so we have to kind of find out what our prompt is. Now we're starting from scratch together. We're going to do this in real time. All right, we're going to switch over to ChatGPT, and let me get that up right here. So here's our ChatGPT, and now, like you saw, I just straight up copied the Word document. Right, all I did was copy it, and now I'm going to paste it into ChatGPT. All right, but before I paste it, I'm going to say something like this: "Hey, Chat GPT, I am a therapist in private practice. I need to write a treatment plan, and this is my template. Can you replicate this template without adding any extra information?" So I'm just going to ask it, okay? And he says, "Of course, please provide the template you like, replicate it, and I'll do my best." Now, the reason why I'm having him or ChatGPT just replicate the template is because I want to make sure that the template looks right inside of ChatGPT. That way, when I give it prompts, it knows where to put them. All right, so let's see what ChatGPT can do with this. The other thing about ChatGPT is you always have to double check it. So you want to think about this as like an assistant helping you out. You have to read everything. You want to make sure it's right. You want to make sure there's no errors or glitches. AI does something called hallucinating, and that is where it will make something up. You don't ever want to play games with that, so always read through it. All right. So before I even read through it to make sure it all matches up, you can see here that it actually did put everything I wanted here. But I don't like that it's not formatted. Like it doesn't have any bold. It's not bold where the heading should be. So I'm going to say, can you make the headings bold? Okay, you can see that ChatGPT is actually getting it okay, but I need to let them know they missed a couple things. Everything was bold actually, except for right here. So I'm going to copy this right from there, and I'm going to let them know this right here, and I'm going to put it in quotes, also needs to be bold. Let's see if they can get it. Boom, got it. All right. So now, so you can see this is where people get frustrated, right? Like this is not simple. This takes a little bit of practice. But if we get this right, we won't have to do this again in the future. All right. So that's the thing. So let's just take a look. And I have my treatment plan template memorized for the most part. So we're just going to make sure it has everything. So initial updated, primary supervising, date, patient began, yep, current psychiatric, yep, all of it. And then primary care, patient needs, patient strengths, yep, is all there. Yep, it got everything. So here we go. So it got everything. Right, so that is step one. One is getting your template correct inside of Chat GPT. Okay, and this is the step that, again, most people don't want to mess with, but this is worthwhile. So now what I could do if I really wanted to, if I plan to use Chat GPT in the future, I would copy this whole thing right here, just a template from Chat GPT. And then I would go ahead and put that somewhere. You know, maybe it's a Word. You know, well, just for the sake of the video, why don't we, let's just see what it looks like right here in Word. Yeah, so now I put it in Word. And so now basically you create a whole document of just Chat GPT templates, right? So that's one option. But you can see here, it took us a couple tries and we were able to get Chat GPT to create the template. Now what we would do, and just going to show you how this might work, we could do something like, all right, let's just say, hey, ChatGPT. You don't have to say that every time. I just feel like I want to be polite to ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, let's see, for the clinician, I also can't spell very well. So you can add my name, which is Matt Ryan. I am an LCSW. Can you add one goal about reducing substance use with an objective that is related? Also, the due date for the treatment plan is 1 year from today, and the due date for the objective is 6 months from today. Also, now so what you can see, I'm just giving ChatGPT some instructions. We're going to see if they're able to follow it. Also, the frequency of treatment is once weekly. Please add that to the frequency. All right, now I'm not going to do everything here, but I'm just going to give it a couple prompts to see how it does, right? And I'm not even writing this that well. It's just kind of fairly sloppy. So here's the good news. They are keeping the template, right? So the template stays intact here. Let's see how this looks. So you can, all right, so let's just take a look. So I gave it a couple things. Primary clinician, Matt Ryan, it got that perfectly. I didn't actually give it this information at this time. So it did not write any sort of goal, right? So that would be an error right there. I asked it to. Target date, it said 1 year from today, which it didn't actually do. And then 6 months, so it got that right, but it didn't actually put the date. I'm going to see if it could fix that. And then in terms of, what else did I get? Frequency, once weekly. It got that. So let's just see if we can fix it. Can you actually write a goal and objective in the template? Template related. We're just going to say related to reducing anxiety. So it did not do it, right? So we're having, you see, this is where it runs into problems, right? So the prompts aren't working well. Now, this doesn't mean you just have to give up. It just means we have to kind of figure out why it's not adding it. So it thinks that so what it's doing here is it's adding intervention to anxiety reduction techniques, which makes sense, but that's not what we want. So we're going to try to do another prompt. Can you write a goal under the goal heading about reducing anxiety? So we're going to see if that prompt works. No, that prompt didn't work either, right? So this is where I might give up, and I'd say, all right, I'm going to write it out myself. Let's just see why that prompt. Let's see if this prompt works better. Can you write a goal under the long-term? I'm going to put it in quotes. The long-term goal 1 about reducing anxiety. Let's see if we can get it this time. Okay, so it got it that time, right? So now what I would take note of is that actually worked well. It was more specific. I said underneath long-term goal number 1, can you add a goal about reducing anxiety? And under long-term goal number 1, it put reduce anxiety symptoms by implementing coping strategies and improving emotion regulation. That sounds okay, right? Now you can kind of play with this a little bit. And then we can say under objective 1A, can you add an objective that is related to the goal? Please make it measurable. I didn't spell that correct. That's okay. I think it'll still know. So let's see. All right, so it does everything again. It does the long-term goal. Perfect. Objective 1A, boom, it got it. All right, so now what I'm seeing is that if I use specifics like objective 1A, goal 1A, it's nailing it the first try. Objective 1A, implement relaxation techniques to reduce anxiety symptoms by 50% within 6 months. All right, so it got that. Now let's see if it could do, can you add, it might not be able to add real dates. Let's see. Can you add real dates to the due date based on today's date? Let's see. Yes. All right. So see, now here we're being more specific, right? So now you're seeing how it's actually getting the target date, September 7th, 6 months from today, March 7th, 2025. So you can see here, now it's actually starting to work. So you can see it's taking me a little while to figure out what to tell ChatGPT to make it work. So that's what you want to take note of. And perhaps those are prompts that you save, right? So you can save a document, like a Word document with your template. And then you can also save the, you can go ahead and save the prompts that you're using, right? And you might even be able to come up with one long prompt that gets it to do all this in one try. But that's the whole thing. It's about learning how to use it. And I'm doing this in real time with you. And this is, you might want to spend some time just playing around with it. Now, is this faster than me doing it myself? No, this is definitely not faster. But you can tell that if I learn how to prompt it well, it could be much, much faster. The other thing is, if you already have one of these and it's totally filled out and you put it inside of ChatGPT, again, without any PHI, and you say, update this, it will update it for you, right? The more information it has, the more clear it can become. All right, I want to show you one more thing that might be helpful before we wrap up this video. I'm hoping that this is giving you a better sense of how to use AI and how it could actually work for you. What I'm going to do here real quick, just for the sake of the video, I'm going to copy this template one more time in here. But what I want to show you is that with these templates, right? Now, let's say I wrote this template. You can actually give ChatGPT, I believe, instructions that can just be part of your template. So just for the example of this video, we have supervising clinician. Now in brackets, I'm going to say, always add my name, Matthew Ryan, LCSW. right? Now let's imagine that this is an instruction. Anything in the brackets, I believe, we're going to test this out, is instructions for AI. So imagine that's just part of my template, right, that I copy and paste in, which means I only make it once. Let's see if when I ask it to run this template, if it actually puts my name and uses the instructions. All right, let's see. Yeah. So you can see here where I gave it the instructions, or just write my name, it did it. Right? So then you can create a template that has instructions for each heading in brackets. And then that also can reduce the work that you might have to do. So you can see here that this has the potential to be very, very powerful if you learn how to build templates well, you learn what prompts work, and then you kind of figure out how to instruct ChatGPT to do what you want it to do using instructions inside templates. So yeah, is this going to right out of the box be the most quick and helpful tool? No. But could it be really helpful and quick if you learn how to use it well? Absolutely. Imagine if in Microsoft Word you have a whole bunch of templates with instructions that you know have worked well because you've played with them, and you just copy and paste and tweak a couple things and read it over. This could be game changing. Not to mention, it was able to come up with some goals for me, right? I didn't have to just think about them on my own, but it kind of helped me think about them. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share in today's video. I know it's a bit of a longer one. I hope that this was just a very practical demonstration of how to use ChatGPT. Again, it's up to you. I do think it's a worthwhile tool to learn. If you like this video, you want to know more about these AI tools, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I'm happy to make more. If you like this video and you want to interact with me directly, you want to kind of, have me answer some questions for you. I also host a consultation group online. You can sign up for that down below in the link in the description. It's an online forum where I respond to every single question that comes through personally. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.